Welcome to this radio channel, and today in our series on propagation, a nice little tool here if you want to know the state of propagation around the shortwave bands, but also of all sorts of unusual propagation methods like sporadic, skip and so on. dxmaps.com is a very nice website for that. First of all, you have a world map, and you can click any area you want. So for anyone that wants to know how it's happening, you can click Europe, for example. You can say, okay, I want to know what's happening in Europe on propagation. So you can click Europe if you want, or you can click North America or whatever region of the world you are in. And what's cool about this is that depending on the frequency range, so at the top you see there are frequency ranges. Now this one is for 50 megahertz, 6 meter band, and you show that there's some activity here, not very far from where I live basically. Well, this is probably sporadic E, and it's going to tell you, because when you click, you'll have a list of the stations, and you'll see the type of propagation. You see here, SPE means sporadic E. So for example, as I'm making this video right now, sporadic E activity is happening around my area, and I can actually maybe tune the 6 meter band on my radio and have a listen. So this is interesting for that. But for the regular propagation, if you're wondering what frequency ranges go on what part of the world right now and how good propagation is, well, you have LF, HF here on the left side. That's low frequency, high frequency. HF is for shortwave. And of course, you can use the map. So on the left side you have map, and you choose a frequency range. So say I want to listen to the 20 meter band of amateur radio. I'll click here, and I'll of course know all of the stations that are using the 20 meter band and where signals are coming from. So you see here lots of North America, Caribbean, Europe, a few Africans, and so on. So it's interesting to see the propagation, how it's working in the bands. And at different times of day, you'll see that the shifting pattern of propagation. So this is a very useful way to know when propagation is happening, what type of propagation you have. On the top, you have stuff like gray line propagation, which is very nice. And of course, you choose the map that you want in the frequency range. Now, it's unfortunately only amateur radio bands, but if you learn your bands, you can actually use that and get a use of it from also the international broadcast band. So if you know that 20 meters, which is 14 megahertz, propagates to Europe, for example, well, you can extrapolate from that 22 meters, 13 megahertz international broadcast band, and maybe 19 meters, the 15 megahertz international broadcast band will probably propagate to Europe also because they're close in the frequency ranges. So this is one tool. Another nice tool that you can use is the dx.qsl.net propagation website, where you click propagation here, and you have all these solar indices that I'll talk in another video. But at the bottom, you have a nice map of the world. Now it's way down, and here you've got it. This is the map that they have, which is a nice map of the world. And basically, it has the maximum usable frequencies depending on the area that you're listening to. So you can use that to know what is the maximum usable frequency between one region and the other. You see the auroral zone in the green lines here, which is always useful. The more it's close to where you are, the more the propagation can actually have effects because of geomagnetic activity, geomagnetic storms. And it's a very useful map to just basically know what frequencies are good for what area of the world. So these are nice little propagation tools that you can use to see what's happening around the world, what's propagating or not, and have basically make your own idea of what is good for your area. So I'll be posting the map website and the DX Maps website in the description below the video, so you can actually click on it and check out by yourself, what frequencies are propagating, and learn a little more about, propagation methods and how it's working. These are cool little websites for that. If you have any comments, suggestions, maybe you have a website that you use for propagation, knowing what's good, what's not. Maybe you can send us a suggestion. We'll maybe make a video and add those to the list. And give us thumbs up. Of course, subscribe if you like the videos. Hope you enjoy this series.